Well, hello there. I'm Roger Sodsod. I'm one of the pastors at Vineyard Church. I've been on staff since 2007, and I oversee all the adult ministries and the next ministries. And I've been married to Jackie since 2001, and we have a 16-year-old son named Aiden. He attends Park Hill High School. He's big into soccer, and he's got a part-time job working at a skating rink, so as a DJ, so that's pretty cool. So that's just a little bit about me and my family. I wanted to kind of give you an overview of the different ministries that we have at Vineyard Church, where you can start serving. You can start using your spiritual gifts and just get connected in that way. There's a list of these on our website at vckc.com/serve. That's vckc.com/serve. And you can see a list of all those there, and you can click on those to get more information or sign up to serve. But I just want to give you an overview of what some of those are. So there's a lot of ways to serve that really represent the front door to the church. So we have greeters out in the parking lot. There's greeters at the door. There's people working in a cafe. There's people on one side of the cafe who are just making lots of pots of coffee, and then there's a person on the other side of the cafe where they're trained in how to make all the espresso drinks and stuff. So those are all volunteer opportunities. And then there's plenty of opportunities to help out with our facilities teams. If if that's your thing, you want to be helping with the building, that kind of thing. There's plenty of serving opportunities connected with our family life ministry. So that includes all of our children, from the babies, toddlers, all the way on up to middle school and high school ministries. And we have a very strong Awana program, which is our midweek discipleship program for our children and teenagers. So plenty of opportunities to get connected there and begin using your gifts. We have a next ministry, which I mentioned earlier, which really is just all about helping people take their next step and getting connected. And it includes a whole lot of things, but we have a team of connectors who are at all of our weekend services at our campuses, who are there to field questions and just help people take their next steps. That might be signing up for a small group, or signing up for a class, or maybe signing up for a serving opportunity, or maybe they just have a general question. Maybe they have a need, like they need food or some other kind of assistance. Really, the connector's job is just to try to help people take their next step. We have guides, people who come alongside you and just listen to your story and try to figure out, help you figure out what your next steps are. So connectors, guides, definitely need hospitality for the classes that we offer, facilitators for the classes we have. We don't want just staff members teaching everything. Really, it's our goal to empower as many of those classes possibly to be led by people like you. So definitely there's volunteer places for help with our baptisms, leading small groups, leading common interest groups. Those are like our sports groups and hobby groups and those kinds of things. Really the point of those is to reach people who are far away from Jesus, people who wouldn't normally come to church or sign up for a typical small group, but maybe they would, play on a softball team or, take part in some hobby or something. And then class leaders, so people who have a gift of teaching, who want to exercise that. Definitely have needs in terms of prayer, like people who just feel that's your calling, you want to pray. We have our post-service prayer team in all of our campuses, so people who want to pray for people, they're trained to do that. And then we have a prayer chain, so those are just people, intercessors, people who are willing to lift up the prayer needs of the church and specific individuals who are asking for prayer. We also have a very large heart for our community and for people who have needs, and we just really want to, show God's love in practical ways. So we have a lot of opportunities for serving our community, from our Thanksgiving meals that we assemble every year. We do Christmas meals. Definitely, utilize a lot of volunteer help to put those on. I mean, serving hundreds of families meals. Back snacks. So we put together backpacks filled with stuff for low income families that we donate those to local schools so that the kids can pick those up. We have a food pantry. It's open 3 days a week, so we serve hundreds of families through there. And then we have a very large monthly harvesters food giveaway, which really requires the help of a lot of volunteers there. And it's typically on a Saturday morning, and we have hundreds of families coming through getting free food, so that's pretty cool. We have a prison ministry. Our own evangelism pastor, Gina Hanna, heads that up. And so, Bible instructs us to not forget those people who are in prison. And so we have a heart for them as well. And then lastly, we have a stop trafficking ministry, which really is aimed at trying to do something about this very large issue that is going on these days, which is human trafficking, sex trafficking, that kind of thing. So if you have a heart for any of those ministries, you can, again, sign up on that website I gave you. Other areas, so we have our worship teams, and so we have a large need for people who have musical ability, who can sing, who can play. Definitely people who are more technically minded, who can work behind the scenes doing the audio and the video and the lighting and all of those kinds of things, photography, all of that. We have a comms department, communications. So they're always needing help with graphic design, with printed materials, with website, with social media. So if you have experience or passion in those areas, we'd love to get your help. We have an online campus, lastly. So there's a lot of ways you can help without even leaving your own home. We have online small groups. Definitely can use help moderating the online services that we have. We do online outreach, kind of evangelism that way, and then just creating online content. So, that's just a kind of a broad overview of kind of the main areas in which you can serve, and there's actually more than that. So I encourage you to go to vckc.com/serve and really just pray about where the Lord would have you begin using your gifts. And it is my opinion that there's really no greater joy than really starting to get activated using your spiritual gifts. And when you really start discovering, your purpose and your calling in the kingdom, like why God created you, how He created you. I always say there's no greater joy for the hammer than to discover that he's a hammer, or for the screwdriver to discover he's a screwdriver, and to be actually used by God in those ways. So I encourage you to check that out and just, pray about getting started with that. All right? So take care and God bless. Bye-bye.